Oh, hey, you know what? We are way too distracted. I mean, how much time do you actually spend on your phone each day just doom scrolling? Now, on my quest to find the coolest gifts for hackers like myself, I came across this really cool nifty device called TRMNL. It's an ambient e-ink display meant to save you time rather than suck it all up and waste it. Now, before I get started, I actually have a coupon code for you from the TRMNL team. You can get $15 off when you use the code SNUBS, that's SNUBS, and that will apply automatically in your cart when you click the link down below. That's SNUBS for $15 off. Now, at first glance, it looks like a very cute little digital photo frame. It looks like a lot of digital photo frames, but it's actually a privacy-first open source dashboard for your life. So think about things like calendars and weather and little drops of information, just what you need to see when you need to see it. So TRMNL's goal, their ethos, is to be the antidote to doom scrolling, and it's simplistic for consumers, but it can also be very broad for developers and people who want pro-level customization. So how does it work, and does it actually help with the doom scrolling? Well, I do want to say a huge thank you to the team at TRMNL for partnering with me on this video and for sending out this unit to me so I can actually check it out. As usual, brands get no editorial control over my reviews. Now, in the box, we get the TRMNL itself, which really is all you need to use it, and the Clarity Kit add-on includes a battery upgrade, developer edition upgrades, a charging cable, and the microfiber cleaning cloth. Now, the device itself includes an 1800 mAh battery, but the Clarity Kit version includes a battery upgrade to 2500 mAh battery. It's 38% larger than the default 1800 one. The developer edition unlocks the TRMNL API, and it gives you access to other features such as early firmware releases, device logs, mirroring, and publishing community recipes. To get started, all you have to do is plug it into USB-C, let it charge, turn it on, and follow the on-screen directions to connect it to Wi-Fi. Create an account via the web dashboard and start installing plugins and recipes. So let's chat about the design and the hardware itself. The TRMNL comes with this 7.5-inch e-ink display with 4 levels of grayscale and a surprisingly fast refresh rate. It's wrapped in soft touch ABS plastic with color options like black, gray, or sage. I actually chose this wood version for that more natural aesthetic, but I also really like the clear edition, which is totally giving me 1990s era tech vibes. It reminds me of controllers that I had back in the day, so that was going to be my second choice if this wood one wasn't in stock. On the back, you get a chrome-plated steel kickstand and a wall mount slot up here at the top, so you can leave it sitting on a desk or you can hang it on a wall, whichever you prefer. There's also a USB-C charging port, a power switch, and a programmable button. Now, the battery life is incredible, as it should be given that it's e-ink. The base 1800 mAh cell lasts a couple of months, but you can actually upgrade to the 2500 pack and stretch that out to a good 6 months, depending on refresh frequency. You rarely need to plug this thing into a charger. It's also extremely light at about 165 grams, so you can move it around anywhere that you want to put it. You could put it on your desk or in your garage or in your bathroom. I won't judge. I can absolutely see somebody sticking a magnet on the back of this thing and putting it on your fridge. And I actually saw an image on the TRMNL website after I was working on recording all my B-roll for this content where somebody actually did that. So that's totally a thing. But we are nerds, and I want to know what this thing does and why it's considered private. So TRMNL flips that whole IoT script. Instead of letting servers poke into your network, this little guy wakes up, it pings the TRMNL server, it grabs the latest image for whatever plugins you're using, and it goes back to sleep. So that means that you have one-way communication only. The server is not reaching into your device or your Wi-Fi. There's no IP tracking, there's no location data. For example, if you download one of the plugins that requires location coordinates, you have to put in your own coordinates manually. It doesn't look for your location when you download that plugin. There's no Wi-Fi credentials being stored outside of the device, so it's basically like your screen is downloading a static snapshot of whatever plugins you set up and then chilling until it's time to refresh again. And if you don't want to connect it to a plugin, then you don't have to. You have complete control. There are well over 600 plus plugins and recipes and counting, so you will be able to find something that you like. You could pull in anything from Google Calendar events, stock tickers, to-do lists, an RSS feed from your favorite website, quotes of the day, even data from weather stations or Reddit threads. You can also organize them into playlists with multiple layouts, and the server mashes them into e-ink friendly images, so everything is really clear and very easy to read. But the coolest part, and I know I've said this already, is it's open source, so hackers and tinkerers rejoice because you can do all sorts of cool things with this. You can build your own plugins in under 5 minutes. You can fork recipes from other users. You can go full DIY with your own self-hosted server. You could even make your own e-ink hardware. Terminal literally has this unbreakable pledge, meaning modding and tinkering won't void your warranty, which not only is super rare in this day and age, but it is also a huge selling point for modders like myself. You can make this thing as useful as you see fit. For example, I have this LCARS schematic because I'm a Trekkie, but I also added a plugin for my calendar. I have a couple of separate YouTube plugins to show me my current analytics for my separate YouTube channels. And that's cool because I basically installed the same plugin twice, so I have 2 different sets of data. But I also installed this ISS location plugin because I'm a lady nerd and I like to know where the ISS is. This one is called Fun with Flags and definitely a play on Big Bang Theory, but I love it because it cracks me up. And it's interesting. It's historical information. It's information about the world that we live in. So it's giving me a little snippet of knowledge, but it's not gonna bug the crap out of me all day when I'm trying to get work done. But depending on which plugins you install, you can make it as simplistic and productivity focused as you want, or as random and fun as you want. There's a bunch of plugins that Terminal built in-house and they maintain, but the community has also made hundreds more. And for me, that is where the Terminal really shines. It's actually super fun to set up. It's really fun to make it work the way that you want it to. You can highly customize the device. For example, I found a pixel weather plugin that requires me to figure out my latitude and longitude to give me accurate data. And I thought that was so cool because that means I could plug in any latitude and longitude that I want and get weather for that specific coordinate for this pixel weather station. It's so cool. Now, each time a plugin refreshes, and you can set the timing for each and every different plugin that you want, the screen will flash and the e-ink will refresh with new content. There is no touch screen, so you can touch it as much as you want. It's not going to do anything, but there's no touch screen on the Terminal, adding to that feeling of avoiding that doom scroll. Look, that's me! That's my newest YouTube video. So I have a YouTube ticker on here that shows me my newest video from my tech channel, and it gives me the current views and likes and whenever it was published. I find that to be so fascinating. It's so cool to see my own work displayed in this Terminal. That's so cool. So are there any downsides? Well, it doesn't have any illumination, so unlike a Kindle device, you can't see this display in the dark. I also tried using a Notion plugin to show my upcoming projects from my master video project tracking spreadsheet that I built within Notion. I couldn't quite get it to work right based on the spreadsheet that I have in Notion, and I think I have to create a separate one to work within the Terminal itself. So that's going to require a little bit more work on my end. It has to do with my experience, and I probably just need to futz around with it until I can get it working, but that was the only time that I really had an issue. So who is this for? I see 3 different use cases here. So first you have your tinkerer, who are the people in my audience. If you want to mod it, you want to code it, you want to push it to the limit, you want to install your own terminal, you have all these different options. And I feel like it's so highly customizable that anybody who watches my channel would be really interested in getting one of these. You have a parent, like if you do want to fridge mount this device and then have like a schedule for your family, a lunch menu for your kids set up on here, and you could build out a recipe for that, and you could have it flash between that and the calendar for your entire family for the schedule. Like all sorts of different ways that you can customize this to give you basic information that you can look at quickly during the day. And for somebody who's a very busy adult, I feel like that would be extremely useful. And then you have the focused worker, somebody who hates doom scrolling but still wants quick updates like weather and tasks, to-do lists, inspiration, maybe specific data about your YouTube channel without being sucked into social media. I can tell you from where I'm at, every time I pick up my phone, and this is part of the reason I don't have my phone sitting in front of me right now, whenever I pick it up just to like scan my analytics in YouTube or do whatever I need, I'll end up on the comment section and start replying to comments. And then 30 minutes goes by and I'm like, oh, oops, I just wasted a bunch of time focusing on a productivity task that I don't need to focus on right now. I should be going back to what I really need to get done today, which is scripting. I feel like for the worker, that's where I fall into that customer base. And I'm pretty sure I'm spicy brained in some way, shape, or form. So it's really, really easy for me to pick up my phone and lose all sense of time. And I'm sure there's other people out there that kind of feel the same way. Sometimes I just need a little hit of information dopamine, but social media is created to be addicting. And I really hate that about social media. And that makes my job extremely hard to do sometimes. So the terminal is priced at $139 for the OG version, which is the version that I have here. That's the one I have in hand. There's also a $219 version, which is currently on pre-sale. This is a new, larger, higher resolution version called the Terminal X. For what it does, you have your long battery, months and months of time in battery, open source firmware, no subscriptions, tons of free plugins, over 600 and counting. I would say that's very fair, especially if you're into DIY or privacy first types of ethos, which I'm going to assume you are since you're on my channel. And I do have a coupon code for my viewers. Again, $15 off when you use the coupon code SNUBS, SNUBS. That does automatically apply in your cart when you click on the link down below. So I will pin that in a comment so you can easily find it. I think this makes such a cool, unique gift for hackers, for modders, for DIY enthusiasts, or just for people who need a little bit of data but they don't have the time to be pulled away from work. It offers clarity at a glance rather than heavy interactivity, and the brand offers mad respect for your time and your privacy. Also, I want to mention, when you buy one, you don't get completely inundated with sales emails. They don't try to upsell you. Terminal has a very respectful culture, and honestly, when it comes to my job, reviewing technology, that is very rare for me to say when it comes to a brand. The product itself is also so easy to repair and upgrade, and because it's open source, you can actually run this on your own hardware too, like on an old Android tablet. You could also just build your own device with their BYOD product purchase. So the options are limitless, and that's why I'm listing this as my favorite gift for hackers this year. It's fun, it's calming, it's a little bit of a conversation starter too. So let me know what you have used your terminal for if you already have one, any plugins that I should check out, because I've downloaded like 20 on my own terminal, but I am looking for other options as well. Comment below and subscribe for more cool tech like this, and I'll see you next time. Bye y'all. Look, that's so cute. I love that. That's awesome. Look at that art.